How is it going, everyone? This is Boaz, rank 1 asol, and it is a new season, and a couple weeks into the season, I like to wait before I release my guide. But yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right. So we're going to get started with the patch notes before we get into the runes. Hope everyone's had a good season. So Gwen looks like she got a bit of a buff. And next we got Urgot. He also got a buff. And Malphite. I like to go in pretty quickly. Malphite got a buff. Okay, so now the big boy dragon. We got a buff. And first one is our W. More damage overall, less mana. Perfect. I love it. And Singularity. This, oh boy, yeah. So for every second someone is standing in your E, you're going to be getting double the Stardust. That is huge. Huge. And I'll tell you why. Because late game, this is insane. Because your E is going to be so big. You're going to have Rylai's. Just, oh my gosh. I am so excited for this. This is awesome. But yeah, next up we got Zed. That for unknown reasons, he got a buff. That is my permaban. If you're going to be banning anyone, just ban Zed. Warwick got a nerf. It looks like nerfs all around. Nocturne nerf. Zoe nerf. Is there a Victor nerf? No, it's just, he just got derped. Right, derped on that. Next, we got item changes. We got Liandry's Torment. Going to be doing more damage late game. Pretty big, so that's okay if you want to build it later. Looks like Radiant Virtue got a nerf, and then we got some rune changes. Lethal Tempo nerf, Arcane Comet nerf, First Strike, bit of a nerf. Rest, kind of whatever. Okay, cool. So overall, going to be a fun patch. Okay, next we're going to talk about items, runes, all of that. So first off, let's get into the items. What are we going to be building this? Has it changed from last season? Honestly, no, not much has changed this season. With the addition, there isn't really new AP items. You know, Liandry, with the change to Liandry's, you know, you got some flexibility when you want to build that. If you need it early, you can build it early. Defensive items, there is Radiant Virtue. That's what was added. But honestly, I haven't seen this built much. There's not very many. I don't think there's much utility on it. It's in the support item. A couple of the other items got changed, but we're going to talk about the AP items. What are we building? What are you not building? Okay, so first off, your rushing boots. Always just rush boots. These help you clear waves faster, and you need to be able to clear waves. Next, we are going to be talking about our situational items. You know, stuff like anti-heal and anti-shield. I rarely finish anti-heal unless it's just like crazy amount of healing on the enemy team and no one else can apply it easily. But then again, you aren't completing it until like your last item. Next, you're going to be rushing your Rylai's. We have our power spike with Rylai's. You have to get that. That is the most important item in your entire kit. Get Rylai's. After Rylai's, then you have your situational items. If you do not need anti-shield or anti-heal right away, you can go the Liandry's. I think Liandry's is really strong, but this is where you would do your situational item. You know, you can substitute the Liandry's for anti-shield or the anti-heal if you need it. And then if you only do the anti-heal, you go straight into your death cap. Death cap is number 3. Always death cap, third item. Okay, next we're going to talk about more situational items, or, you know, just items that are just good in general to build. Infinity Orb. We got Rift Maker. You've got your Crown. You've got, you know, lots of other items, but there's also a lot of items that just asol doesn't use. You got your Lichbane, Nashers, Cosmic Drive, Crystalline Reflector. I think Archangel Staff and even Rod of Ages are bad. So stick to your guns. You know, you got Rift Maker. I've tried Vandal Fantasy. It's doo-doo. But the item that I'm playing a lot with recently is Awakened Soul Stealer. So if they don't have tanks, they don't have, you know, hard engage on you to kill you, you know, that you don't have to build Crown. Awakened Soul Stealer is such a fun item in combination with Axiom Axiom Arcanist. So what you're going to want to be doing is play around. You have to experiment with your builds to get comfortable There's just no one size fits all for a build. But these are some good items to build. You have to look at the enemy team when you are building your items. But that's the general gist of it. These are the general rune setup that I am running right now. First Strike, Sweet Tooth, Transcendence, ixtali, seedjar, and Bone Plating. I've messed around with Celerity, also very good rune. But ixtali, seedjar, and Sweet Tooth, you are not changing. Don't try and change anything. Get off the yellow runes. This is what you're going to go. The only interchangeable runes is that middle one. This is the Axiom Arcanus rune I was talking about. When paired with Awakened Soul Stealer, it's just so strong. So, last one, if you do want to get some type of yellow rune with the Gathering Storm, you feel like it's really going to go late and you need the extra damage with scaling, go Gathering Storm. I don't run Scorched anymore. Bone Plating, I think it's just so strong, especially into like lots of trading matchups. It's so valuable, especially with people running Electrocute. But yeah, First Strike, 100% of the time, this is what you're running. I've messed with Comet, especially with the nerf. It is doo-doo. Dark Harvest, you are going to be running Dark Harvest only in low elo if you want to play it, and if you're just messing around trying to go for like content or like just having a fun time. This is a fun time room for asol. You need First Strike. So that's pretty much it for in terms of runes. If you want to switch it up, the build, you can start messing with, if you're going the Axiom Arcanus rune, you want to see if you can do Awakened Soul Stealer second. It's a very, very cheap item. But this would be ideally the build. You would go something like Awakened Soul Stealer, and then you got your Rabadons and an Infinity Orb. And then you can just kind of switch. If they have tanks, get the Leandries fourth. And then, situational item last or even fourth. If you need to rush the Leandries, you can do that. And then go the Awakened Soul Stealer fourth. But yeah, messing around, that's a really fun build. If you're going to run Dark Harvest and go for those stacks, crazy late game, you get 3 kills and your ult's reset. Nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the runes. Sweet Tooth, Axiom Arcanus, but, I'm running Transcendence in a majority of my games. When I do want to mess around with the Awakened Soul Stealer, switch to that. And then go to the Transcendence and Axiom Arcanus interchangeable. Okay, next we're going to talk about summoner spells, why I take Ignite. I just tired of people living with 1 health, honestly. And I don't like TP. I think TP is a waste. You can go Exhaust. The only times I would probably go Exhaust is maybe in Irelia lane, which if you're playing asol into Irelia, you're cooked regardless. But if they have a lot of assassins and you just need Exhaust, you can go Barrier. Don't feel like you're bad when you're going Barrier. You can use it to bait. But honestly, I like the aggression with Ignite, and so I go Ignite. But yeah, that's pretty much it for runes and summoner spells. Next, we're actually going to go into gameplay, levels 1 through 3. I think the early levels when playing Wild Rift are so important. So this is a game on the Smurf. I'm just going to explain my thought process. And I have all the way up to level 5, I'm going to show you how you should be aiming. This is a guide, the fundamentals of laning with asol. So level 1, look for the bush trade. There's still people in Sovereign getting cheesed by this bush trade. So I even did it to starting the other day. The bush, not necessarily the bush, but in the lane. They don't understand your damage level 1. So nothing on starting. He learned instantly that you don't do that. He's not laned into asol in a while. So fundamentals, you always want to have the lead when pushing your waves. So, starting and getting that full clear, do not ever start E, you're starting Q. Get your E second, and then what you're going to do, I even missed it. It's okay if you miss early Stardust. What you do not want to miss is early XP and gold. Those are the most important. Stardust can come later. The added Stardust early is just a bonus. But if you fall behind on XP, you're going to fall behind on Stardust anyways. Next is the level 3. you're always going to be looking for extra trades when you can. So this is your chance in between waves to look for trades. As long as you're healthy, go for the trades, learn how to do the matchups. But when that wave comes, your priority is clearing the wave, queuing the big minion, queuing the rest after you got your E down. That's how you clear it fast. If you have more than 870 gold at this point, you can back right away. Now, if you've made it this far, you're doing better than a majority of players on Wild Rift. I've been running this rune set for about 2.5 seasons now. And I don't know if it's just catching on, but everyone is running this now. It is insanely powerful, so you need to be doing it in the mid lane. It's so much better than yellow runes. Okay, next, you've made it back into lane. You haven't missed any XP. What are you doing next? You are not pushing the wave. You're awaiting. This is my new tech, and Siobhan is going to come in here and ruin it real quickly, but I'm going to show you how to do it anyways. What you are doing here is you are building up 2 waves of minions for Stardust Gathering, because the second wave, you're hitting level 5. And the mechanic with your E is you get your Stardust after the E ends. So if you clear 2 waves, like I'm about to do, and then level up your ulti, you get the Stardust from all of it. Now I missed, Shyvana came back again and ruined it, my fun. But I missed the big minion. I would be at 16 Stardust already for my enhanced ulti. This is low elo, so whatever. I don't care. I was just trying to get some content for y'all. I'm going to show you another clip with the Heimerdinger. So it did a little bit better on this wave. So this is after I've gotten back in the lane. Heimerdinger is really annoying to play with, but I'm trying to build up the second wave here. He stayed. It is what it is. I'm waiting, and I'm waiting for the second wave to get here. Now I'm going to weaken that big caddy. I'm going to grab all of it after he just launches his E at me. But I want to show you all this. Now, watch the Stardust. Watch towards my ulti. 12. Not bad for like already. I just got my ulti. Now, what you're going to do next. Perfect world, what you want to do on this next wave is you're going to wait for Heimerdinger to walk on top of the big minion or the wave in general, and then you're going to ulti him and the wave. Because with the new patch, every single second that he's standing in your wave or your E, you're going to be getting 2 more Stardust. I'm already at 37. I don't know if y'all saw that. I'll go ahead and show it again. But yeah, I went from 12 to 37. So what are we trying to do here? I'm trying to get as much Stardust because I think with this new patch, we can get 2 enhanced ultis by the first dragon. So this next wave, I just want you to focus on getting your Stardust. If you're up this far, get your Stardust because we're going to hit enhanced ulti on the next wave. If I didn't derp. If I didn't derp here, this is enhanced ulti. So after this, I want y'all to follow me because I have ulti up. If I have enhanced ulti, I go to the duo lane and I drop ult. If that's enhanced ult, maybe I get a kill. I don't, whatever. I get a lot of pressure. If my duo is there, they can follow up. But the next dragon is in 2 minutes. I'm going to ult just to show y'all. That's plenty of time to have your ulti back up again. But yeah, now I'm going to show you late game, the power behind this. It's just insane. Watch my Stardust, 447 right now. I'm going to drop E. Look at what my Stardust goes up to with just 1 E. 474, that's like 30 Stardust that I just got. This is just crazy. This patch is going to be insane. Okay, next I want to talk to y'all about ixtali seedjar. I've had a bunch of requests. Why this rune? Why not anything else besides ixtali seedjar? Why is this rune so powerful? I've done a short. I think this is one of the most powerful runes in the game, so we're going to talk about it. First off, ixtali seedjar right away doesn't take effect until 3 minutes. So, kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So, the first, you do your 3-wave back, same mechanics, but when you get back, your fruit, since you did the fruit in between the second and third wave, it's going to be spawning at 3 minutes anyways. I think it's at like 250 is when it spawns. Perfect timing for ixtali seedjar, right? Okay, cool. So now, explaining that process again of the new tech. So I was showing y'all with the AI. Look, 16 Stardust. If you get both waves, pretty easy. So yeah, ideally you want to drop the ulti when they're standing on it. So that way, boom, you get the Stardust, you get everything. So 3 minutes, ixtali seedjar. What does it do? It drops fruit that you can pick up again. But the thing that makes it so strong, I think, is jungle tracking with the blooms. You can also use the blast cones, put that next to the wall, but you want to cycle. You want to cycle it. You can see the little timer over there on the green one, but in between the timer, you can grab the bloom right away. So I hit it over on their blue buff. They weren't on the blue buff. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come to the mid lane, and you can drop it right in the middle. Right in the middle, and then you can just blast it over to their red side or their blue side if you want more vision on the blue side. It is insane. You want to cover and see if your roam it's a good time to roam. Go drop it. Drop it over there. You right before your enhanced ulti. You want to see if they want to see the it coming. Go drop it and check to see if they have vision over there, and you can fly enhance ulti them. But yeah, really, really strong. So now if you just cycle it, you'll never run out of mana. Never run out of mana. But yeah, that is my season guide. Runes, I'm going to be doing a tier list here shortly. Working on a lot of things for y'all. But yeah, stay tuned. Hit the sub button if you enjoyed the content. Leave a comment if you think I've missed something, and I'll add it in the next video. But other than that, thank y'all for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.